What's up? This is Rich from Rich TV Live, and we have some breaking news from Zenabis, and let's break it down right now. Zenabis announces $25 million in additional debt financing and extension and partial conversion of secured convertible notes. This news is just breaking right now. Zenabis Global Inc., ZENA in Canada, ZBISF in America, is pleased to announce that it has today signed definitive documentation with respect to $25 million, otherwise known as the new senior debt, in new senior secured debt financing, otherwise known as the financing, from RC Morris Capital Management Ltd. The financing has been effected by way of amending and restating the debenture representing senior secured debt in the principal amount of $25 million provided by the existing senior lender, otherwise known as the original senior debt, and together with the new senior debt, otherwise known as the senior debt, such that the amended and restated debenture, otherwise known as the amended and restated debenture, in which RCM is now one of the lenders, now represents $50 million in secured senior debt. I'm going to break this down, but I want to read this first so you guys know exactly what the terms are. The new senior debt will bear interest at a rate of 14% per year. So $50 million at 14% a year would be $7 million a year of interest on $50 million, calculated and payable monthly. So let's break that down. So they will be able to pay back an average of about $7 million a year divided by 12, $600,000 a month. That's no big deal. That's like no big deal. Oh my goodness. The senior debt will have a maturity date as of June 30th, 2020. The company will have the right to repay any principal amount of the senior debt. So they have the right to pay it out at any time. In connection with the new senior debt, the company has paid certain customary fees, including a structuring fee to RCM in an amount equal to 5% of the new senior debt, and issued RCM warrants exercisable to acquire 902,504 common shares of the company, each a common share at any time until August 21st, 2022, at an exercise price of $1.38 per common share. The exercise price was determined based on the 5-day volume weighted average price of the common shares on the TSX immediately preceding the date hereof. Concurrently, the holders of the subordinated secured convertible notes, otherwise known as the convertible notes of the company, have agreed to extend the maturity date of the convertible notes to June 30th, 2020, and subordinate the convertible notes to new senior debt. In consideration thereof, the conversion price of convertible notes has been reduced to $1.54, and the interest rate of the convertible notes has been increased to 11%. The company will also have a right to prepay the convertible notes at any time on or after October 17th, 2019, which I assume they will do. The holders of the convertible notes have also agreed to convert effective today, and at the new conversion price, 30% of the principal amount of the convertible notes, such that the aggregate outstanding principal amount of the convertible notes will be approximately $17.4 million. The company has also issued the holders of the convertible notes warrants exercisable to acquire an aggregate of 1.3 million common shares at any time until August 21st, 2022, at an exercise price of $1.82 per common share. This is Andrew Grieve, Chief Executive Officer of Zenabis. We are pleased to be strengthening our financial position through securing this additional senior debt, reducing the principal amount outstanding of our existing secured convertible notes, and extending the maturity date of our existing secured convertible notes, said Andrew Grieve, Chief Executive Officer of Zenabis. These developments ensure we have a surplus of capital to complete the expansion of our facilities to achieve an annual design capacity of 143,000 200 kgs of dried cannabis and become cash flow positive upon completion of our current capital program. I love it. Absolutely love it. They now have the funding they need to get to full capacity, people. Do you understand what this means? In addition, we note that Zenabis does not intend to raise incremental debt financing, raise convertible debt, or issue incremental equity capital in order to pursue the expansion of our cultivation capacity. Instead, the next priority of Zenabis is the replacement of the senior debt and the convertible notes with standard bank financing. Yes. Yes. Which will be at a much better interest rate than 14%. I promise you that. And will not be dilutive. Upon completion of a refinancing of the senior debt and the convertible notes and the transition to a permanent capital structure, Zenabis intends to publish leverage targets to provide for a predictable ongoing capital structure. About Zenabis. Zenabis is a significant Canadian licensed cannabis cultivator of medical and recreational cannabis and a propagator and cultivator of floral and vegetable products. Zenabis employs staff coast to coast across facilities in Alphaville, New Brunswick, Delta, Aldergrove, Pitt Meadows, and Langley, British Columbia, and Stellarton, Nova Scotia. In addition to gaining technologically advanced knowledge of plant propagation, the recent addition of state-of-the-art greenhouses in Langley, Pitt Meadows, and Aldergrove provides Zenabis with 3.5 million square feet of facility space that can, if fully converted, be dedicated to cannabis production. If all facility space at Zenabis Alphaville, Zenabis Stellarton, and Zenabis Langley is fully converted and dedicated to production, Zenabis will own and have access to 635,000 square feet of high-quality indoor cannabis production space, as well as 2.1 million square feet of greenhouse cannabis production space at its Langley facility. With this production strategically positioned on Canada's coasts, Zenabis expects these facilities to have an annual design capacity of 143,200 kgs of dried cannabis by the third quarter of 2019. You mean now? These facilities, if fully built out and converted for cannabis production, would have an annual design capacity to yield approximately 490,800 kgs of dried cannabis annually for both national and international market distribution. Thank you. Making them one of the biggest in the world, by the way. An additional 700,000 square feet of greenhouse space will be used to continue the existing propagation business, which is the flowers and vegetables, and produce industrial hemp, and can be converted to cannabis production at such a time that is beneficial to the strategic position of the company. The Zenabis brand name is used in the cannabis medical market, while the Namaste by Zenabis and Blazery brand names are used in the cannabis adult use recreational market, and the True Book brand name is used for Zenabis kombucha products. Wow. That's the big news, guys. It's breaking. I keep telling you guys, Zenabis is going to move forward. Regardless of the price, I promise you this. This is a company that's going to be moving forward in the right direction. Yeah, maybe some days they're going to go down. Maybe some days insiders are going to sell. Maybe some days things are not going to go your way. But long term, this is a company that reminds me of Canopy Growth 2 years ago, which was doing the exact same thing. Aurora Cannabis 2 years ago, Organogram 2 years ago, Chronos Group 2 years ago, Afria 2 years ago, they were all doing the exact same thing. You guys got to remember that Zenabis did their RTO in January. Zenabis is a baby, okay? Thank you guys for the 14 likes. We got 69 people watching. Can we up the likes, people? What's up, Antonio? How you doing, Shelby? How you doing, Peter? How you doing, Drew? Drew D says, same thing happened with Ianthus the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Shelby says, they sure know how to confuse us with all these terms. At the end of the day, what they're doing is they're cleaning up dilutive, toxic funding and replacing it with a loan at a 14% interest rate versus taking on dilutive, toxic funding, which means in order in the past for people to get paid back their money, they loaned the company, they were selling shares, which is driving the price down. Now they have the ability to pay back this loan monthly at a tune of about 600 grand a month. If you're making 25 million a quarter and that number is growing, what's 600 grand a month? It's peanuts. This is a good thing for Zenabis. Mark my words. Drew D says, it may be a little different. I don't know about senior debt. My average on Zenabis right now is $1.76. Chris Deering says, very nice. ZENA is a beast, and I believe ZENA long-term is going to be a giant. JTX183 says, hey, Rich, it's Chris from JTX183. I'm happy ZENA is getting stronger, and so am I. Yes, this hat is from Believe, because if you want to be a part of this cannabis sector, you need to believe. You need to believe so that you can achieve. Until you believe, you will never achieve. Shelby says, liking the sound of all of this, positioning themselves to be a giant. It's a process, but patience will be rewarded. It will definitely be rewarded. I have no doubt in my mind that patience will be rewarded. Uranium stock, UUU, up another 5%. Nice. Mr. Jordan says, Hexo is getting squashed. That's a buying opportunity. David Allen says, Agra. Phil MP says, happy about this. Varun, cheering on. Jordan says, nice, loading 5K more shares. David Allen Fitzpatrick says, push the like button. Rudy says, squash the like people. And RD Sully says, ZENA doesn't sound like a business looking to be acquired. Love it. Well, at the end of the day, whether they get acquired or not, they are doing the right things to raise capital so they have money to scale up their production and get it to become one of the highest production capacity cannabis companies in the world. And that's why I believe Zenabis is going to be a giant. I love this news. Share this news everywhere. Make it go viral. Smash the like button and comment down below. Zenabis, they got 50 million bucks now at 14% interest. They've got the right to clean out all their convertible debt, which I believe they will by October. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated if anything else happens. I love this news. This is Rich from Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring in the news and we bring it to you first. Zenabis, 50 million senior debt at a 14% interest rate. So break it down. $50 million at a 14% interest rate is about $7 million a year. Paid monthly, which Zenabis can now pay back $600,000 a month out of the $25 million a month they're making. That's peanuts. They're going to have no problem paying this monthly nut. And that's why I believe this is a great thing for Zenabis. And I believe that long term, we've got ourselves a giant and we're still able to pick this baby up for $1. $1. This is a 10X. This is a future 10X, and I want you to remember this day, August 21st, 2019, the day that Rich TV Live predicted that Zenabis would go up 1,000%. You can book it. Remember this day, August 21st, 2019, the day that Rich TV Live predicted that Zenabis would go up 1,000%. I'm going to come back in a couple of years, and we're going to remember this video, and I'm going to show it to you. Just like I did with Organogram, just like I did with Kronos Group, just like I did with Village Farms, just like I did with Aurora Cannabis, just like I did with Afria, just like I did with Tilray, just like I did with Canopy Growth. Zenabis is the next wave. They're a giant. They're a beast. They got all the money they need now. They don't need to dilute the stock. Now they need to do is just show the results. Just prove it with your numbers. Prove it with your revenue and prove it with your earnings. Let's go, ZENA. It's time for the bull market to charge. We're still in a bear market. I know. We're still in a bear market. But the bulls are getting ready to run. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace. We winning. Mark my words. We be winning, and we be winning big. I got 26,000 shares of ZENA, and I'm going for more. I'll see you soon.